Ubisoft has finally unveiled its highly anticipated Assassin's Creed game set in feudal Japan. Titled Shadows, it features dual protagonists, a ninja named Naoe and a samurai inspired by the historical figure Yasuke, the Black Samurai. The lack of Asian representation in Western games is a well-known issue. However, it's ironic that the conversation about the need for an Asian protagonist has intensified only now, with the announcement of Assassin's Creed Shadows starring a Black Samurai. This perspective misses the larger issue. While I strongly support the inclusion of more Asian men in AAA games, it's important to note that better representation doesn't necessarily come from yet another samurai character. A plethora of samurais. Ubisoft's choice to focus on Yasuke, a historical figure, is a clever decision. An Assassin's Creed game set in Japan might have otherwise blended in with recent open-world samurai titles. If I'm looking for an Asian samurai protagonist, I don't have to search very far. Asian samurai protagonists are a well-worn path in gaming. Just look at Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice, Katana Zero, Like a Dragon Ishin, Samurai Warriors: Rise of the Ronin, Onimusha: Way of the Samurai series, and Ghost of Tsushima. My personal favorite, Muramasa, the Demon Blade, also belongs to this crowded field. The sheer number of these titles suggests that AAA game developers often default to Asian heroes wielding katanas or ninja stars. Finding an Asian samurai protagonist in a game is easy. Unfortunately, the rich, multifaceted characters seen in shows like Shogun are often reduced to their simplest forms in games, especially those developed by Western studios. While Japanese developers create nuanced stories with titles like Sekiro and Like a Dragon Ishin, which explore fantastical challenges or depict everyday heroics in Edo, Japan, Western-developed games frequently rely on cliché themes of honor and stoicism, missing the depth found in their Japanese counterparts. When it comes to video games, many titles attempt to weave stories around their samurai protagonists. However, it's often the case that the samurai archetype is primarily a tool for delivering combat, sidelining narrative depth in favor of flashy swords and traditional top knots. Take games like Overwatch, which includes 2 types of samurai and a ninja in its Japanese character lineup. Ghost of Tsushima deserves praise for its stunning open world and engaging combat, but protagonist Jin Sakai unfortunately lacks the charisma to truly stand out. As an Asian American, my main concern with representation in games isn't its absence. A quick look at Wikipedia reveals plenty of Asian fighters, ninjas, and samurai. The real issue is the lack of diversity within this representation. As I've highlighted in previous stories about Asian American game developers, our community is not a monolith. As a Korean American, seeing a Japanese samurai, a Japanese ninja, or a kung fu master doesn't resonate with my personal sense of identity or representation. Of course, it's important to acknowledge that AA game development often prioritizes cool characters with broad appeal. Samurais and ninjas naturally fit this mold, with their iconic tools and weapons making them perfect for big action blockbusters. So, is it any wonder these characters become the go-to choice? Perhaps not, but it remains disappointing to see how few risks are taken with these characters after so many games. The Assassin's Creed franchise, with its historical flexibility, offers a unique opportunity. Instead of sticking with another samurai hero, why not explore the Mongol Empire, post-revolution China, or even the Pacific Theater during World War II, a hub of counter-imperial espionage led by Asians? I want to see roles we've never had before, not just the ones we're expected to have. The issue of defaulting to katana-wielding Asian protagonists isn't limited to Western studios. Even Capcom and Square Enix often fall back on samurai or ninja heroes. However, Japanese and other Asian studios are still more progressive in considering diverse faces for their games compared to their Western counterparts. It's quite remarkable that Tango Gameworks has delivered what I consider the best Asian protagonist in gaming with the often overlooked Ghostwire Tokyo. This game is set in contemporary Tokyo and features a 21st century Asian hero whose mission revolves around his dying sister. There's no feudal lord in sight, and it perfectly embodies everything I hoped for in a game with an Asian lead. Additionally, Sega and Atlus have set a high standard with their work on games like Yakuza, Persona, and Shin Megami Tensei, which showcase modern characters in distinctive settings. Dreaming beyond stereotypes. I find it disheartening when people label Assassin's Creed Shadows as a missed chance to further represent Asian protagonists. As an Asian man, I yearn to see us in roles beyond the expected. Imagine an Alan Wake-style horror game with an Asian lead, or a Star Wars series inspired by The Acolyte, featuring an Asian protagonist. My call for greater diversity in gaming isn't about ensuring the next Aya Samurai game stars an Asian character. It's about seeing Asian heroes in the next big title from Naughty Dog, the latest Hideo Kojima project, or even a new Final Fantasy game. Let's dream bigger and break the stereotypes, imagining Asian protagonists in roles they've never had before.